So when the thought enters into the soul, it's made for it to be birthed. The only thoughts that we originally had when God created us was Him. This is why Adam was able to name all the animals, because he only had God knowledge or God spirit inside of him. All right? So God tells them, you can freely eat of the garden, except for the tree of the knowledge of the good and evil. That tree of the knowledge of good and evil, God didn't make, because everything God makes is good and is good to eat. This tree was Satan himself. Now we saw how Lucifer became Satan. He walked away from God's love, and he convinced a third of the angels to follow him. Now they fell to the earth, and they're waiting for sentence to the lake of fire. All right? Okay. So, but God placed them in a place called hell. It's a waiting place. All right. Okay. Well, Satan approached Adam and Eve, and he's having a conversation with them. This is showing the act of disobedience. He's not trying to get back in right standing with God, because he can't get back in right standing with God. The reason why he can't, because he can't let go of his pride. If he let go of his pride, that will cause him to be humbled, which means the very thoughts that he said in the book of Isaiah, that he wants to ascend, that he wants to be like the Most High, he wants to be like the Most High God. He wants to ascend into heaven, ascend above the stars, whatever, which means he's comparing himself to God. And if you're comparing yourself to God, you're not one of the same as God. You're now competing. There's no love there. So if he was trying to get back in right standing with God, when he had the chance to talk to Adam and Eve, he wouldn't say these words. He said, does God not know that you'll become a god in your own eyes if you did eat of this tree? Now, he was suggesting them to eat of the tree, eat of him. That very thought that he's saying, he was offering them that thought. Eve took that thought and placed inside of her soul that deemed her the weaker vessel. She was the first one to talk to him. She was the first one to talk to him, and she was the first one to welcome him. So she took of that thought and saw that it was good to eat. What it was, the thought that it's like somebody coming to you and giving you something that sounds good, but actually soon you take it and think on it, it's finna curse you. All right? Like if they come with a money scheme, a money idea, how to gain money, but soon you take the ideal in there, all of a sudden, no matter what you do, no matter how it happens, you may have money, but you seem to lose it. You have evil